Hey everyone, so today I want to have a chatty video. What I want to do in this video is just to talk about certain topics that I strongly believe in or things that I'm just thinking about. I like to dig deep into my emotions and just talk about it. Before I get into that, along with this, I want to work in my mood book. So I may have mentioned this on my Instagram, but this is my mood book. I am using the Leuchtturm 1917 sketchbook. It's one of my favorites. I mention this all the time. I just ended up cutting out different images from a magazine, and I incorporated some of my old line drawings in here. So for example, I'll show you what I currently have. Yeah, I just want to work on this because honestly I haven't been working that much in my sketchbook. I feel like it's been over a month. So along with me talking, I want to work in this mood book. I noticed that when I talk, it's hard for me to concentrate on actually drawing. So I think this will be a little bit easier for me because I'm just going to cut out images from a magazine and maybe splashing some color on it and putting inspirational quotes and all that. Before I start recording this, I need to put on my jojoba oil. This is my holy grail thing that I use for my nails when I film my speed drawing videos. Anyway, today I want to talk about something that I feel very strongly for and I'm currently practicing. And it has nothing to do with art, it has to do with the law of attraction. Now, I did briefly mention this in a couple of my videos, I think. I know the first one was the one I filmed with my friend Stephanie. We were at the beach and we were talking about art block, and I briefly mentioned a few points that pertain to the law of attraction. And if you haven't watched that, I'll leave a link down below because there's a lot of great things that we talked about in that video. But yeah, so the law of attraction. Just to briefly define what the law of attraction is, the law of attraction is having the ability to attract things in our life with what we're focusing on. So the law of attraction, it really focuses on our thoughts. So whatever we think about, whatever we believe in, will happen in our lives. So if, whether it's things that we're thinking about, like positive or negative, whatever you think about and whatever you're feeling inside, it's gonna expand and it will grow, and it's just, that's your reality. So that's what I'm practicing right now, the law of attraction, and just trying to manifest the things that I want in my life. I knew what it was before, but it didn't really come into my life until the beginning of the year. Last year wasn't the best year for me, and the law of attraction, this whole idea just came at the right time, I believe. Oh, by the way, I am finally opening up my gouache paints, you guys. It's been a hot minute. I have been working with my color pencils forever. But yeah, so the law of attraction came at the right time for me. And ever since then, I have just been learning about it every single day. And one of the books, and I actually showed it in one of my recent videos, the one with my workspace situations. I was listening to an audiobook about it, and it's called The Vortex. I don't remember the exact title, but I'll leave the title here below. But oh my gosh, that book changed my life. I know it's kind of silly to say like, oh, a book changed your life, but seriously, I'm the kind of person where when I read a book, it really just shifts everything for me, and I just end up being so engrossed in the subject and I want to learn more. So yeah, this is actually the second time I've been reading it. The first time I read the physical, well, not the physical book, I had the Kindle version And then after that, I recently just got on Audible because for me, I prefer to read along with an audiobook because I feel that I retain information better that way. You know, I can either read the book first and then listen to the audiobook or do it both at the same time, which is much better for me. But usually I don't have time to actually read the book, so I would just listen to an audiobook while I'm painting or drawing. I'm so glad this book came into my life and just the whole idea, because for the longest time I felt so lost and I felt like a lot of things weren't going the way that I had planned or wanted it to be, and this book just did it for me. So, like I said, the law of attraction has a lot to do with your thoughts. If you are constantly thinking, okay, let's take me for example. For a few months since I quit my old job, I have been complaining about not having enough money. I always complained that I was broke. I can't afford this. And the fact that I'm sending that out into the universe and just saying out loud when people would ask if I wanted to go out or if I wanted to go eat out and stuff, I would always resort to saying, I'm broke, you don't have money, can't afford it. And then I would feel that and feel like kind of depressed inside or sad. And the fact that I'm saying that out loud, it just becomes even bigger. Like, I'm making it even a bigger problem for me, you know. And last night I actually went through this whole rabbit hole of watching Oprah videos, and now I understand why people love Oprah, because she is such an amazing person. She has so much knowledge about life. Yeah, seriously, I was just watching so many old Oprah videos, like from her talk show and just other, what was it called? Masterclass? I don't know if that's from her new channel or that was an old thing, but oh my gosh, like I cried. Not because I was sad, but I cried because I felt like I needed to hear what she had to say. Like, everything she said, oh my god, like I felt it so much, and now I just feel so inspired, and just to continue adding this to my life and to continue practicing you know, how to manifest. Oh, I need to get my paper cutter. So yeah, I felt like she was speaking to my soul, like everything. Oh my gosh. And there was this episode that I watched last night where what year was it? It was like maybe 10 years ago. But it was an episode where they talked about this DVD called The Secret, which is basically the law of attraction. And there was a few speakers that, oh my gosh, they're just like amazing people because they have so much knowledge and they apply the law of attraction to their life. You know, they're people who went through a lot of hardships in the past, but they somehow stumbled upon the law of attraction and it just changed their life. And there are just so many different takeaways from that video, and I'll leave a link to that one as well because, oh my god, I think I wrote it down. Let me just read it to you. Okay, so this one, if you watch the video, you'll know who I'm talking about, but I forgot the name of the guy. But he says, nothing new can come into your life unless you open yourself up to being grateful. Now that's a huge thing that I have been practicing for so many months now. Because I find that I mean, of course I'm grateful, but I don't say it out loud usually. So now, for example, if I wake up in the morning, I pray or just say to myself, like, I'm so grateful for another day. I'm so grateful for this bed that I'm sleeping on. I'm so grateful just for everything that you have in your life. When you do that, everything will just flow. Everything will just fall into place. So I can finish the whole thing about the whole money thing. Whenever I would go out and I see pennies on the floor, I would immediately pick it up and I would just say thank you for this abundance. There was one time, where was I at? Oh, it was at the Target, and on the floor I saw 3 shiny pennies. So when I saw that, I was like, oh my gosh, I need to pick it up. So I picked it up and I was just like smiling to myself, you know, and I was like saying to myself, thank you, thank you, thank you. Like, and I smiled so hard and I kept it in my pocket. And literally a few hours later, I got like money handed to me. It was from my mom, okay? So because she knew that I was like not really doing well financially, but she just suddenly like, here's some money. I was like, oh my gosh, like, isn't that crazy? Like, I mean, usually my mom was really generous, but I just thought it was crazy how that just happened. You know, if you feel like you're in debt or something, stop thinking about those things. When you send those vibrations out into the universe, it's gonna grow. So I like this. Sorry, I need to concentrate real quick. But yeah, so basically, as human beings, we are energy. We are just energy. So that's why it's so important to really be careful about the things that we think about and how we're feeling. You know, because when you have those things and you, like, say if you're depressed and you know, you feel like nothing ever good happens to you, then you're basically creating that reality for yourself. And in that video that I watched of the Oprah episode, you know, just think of it as like going to a restaurant and ordering something. So it's like, you know, whatever you order, you receive. So that's pretty much how the law of attraction works. Like, whatever you think about, whatever you send out into the world, you will get it on a platter. So if you're always saying like, I'm never gonna have a good relationship, well then here's what you ordered, you're never gonna have a good relationship. So it's always important to just focus on what you truly want in your life and try and eliminate all of the things that you do not want. So instead of saying that you're never gonna find a good relationship, instead, think about what you want in a relationship. Because a lot of times I find that a lot of people that I know, especially, you know, whether if it's like a boyfriend, girlfriend, or if it's like with a friend, they always see this pattern happening, saying that like all the guys I ever been with have been like assholes or whatever, and excuse my language, but that just came out. All of them like just don't treat me well and this and that. And the fact that you see this pattern, it has a lot to do with your thoughts, because you feel like you're always thinking about the past relationship, and so it continues on into the next one. Even if it's just a friend, like if you feel like you had a best friend that just wasn't being trustworthy or whatever, and you feel like every friend that you encounter is the same way, it's because you're always thinking about how badly that person treated you, so it's going to continue on until you let go of that old, you know, that old negative energy, and start thinking about what you want in a friendship or what you want in a relationship. For example, you can write this all down, and I have a whole manifestation journal and a gratitude journal where I just write the things that I want to happen, and I write it as if it already happened. Okay, let's just start painting. So this painting is just gonna be whatever. I'm not even gonna like worry about it being perfect. I'm just gonna go with the flow, you know? Hopefully whatever I'm talking about translates onto this page. But anyway, yeah, so I think it's important to write down all these things. If there's a certain thing that you want in your life, whether it be a career or a certain job or a relationship or something financially, write it all down and write it as if you already have it. You can feel it, you can smell it, you just, you know, you have to believe that it's real. You have to believe that it's your reality. And let me use a different brush. For example, one entry that I recently wrote about was traveling, because you guys know that I want to travel more, and one goal of mine is to be a travel illustrator. That's one of my huge goals. And yeah, so I write in my journal, write it as if I already have it. Write it as if I'm already at my destination. And I write about what I see, what I eat, the people that I meet, and just imagining it in my head as I'm writing it, and to feel like it's my reality. So even do that with anything in your life. Like if you feel like you're stuck, or you feel like you want something new to happen, then I think keeping a manifestation journal, or just, you know, just a gratitude journal of some sort, I think it's so important. And what I do in my journal is that before, like underneath the date that I wrote it, I put a checkbox. So as I'm living my daily life, one day when it does happen, I will check that box and say like, I manifested this. Okay, I don't know what I'm doing right now, but let's just go with the flow. That's how you should do it. So I've seen this happen, and it was before I knew about what the law of attraction was, but it happened. It was like a few months before I learned about it. Again, when I first quit my job, of course, I wasn't working for about 3 months, you know, so all the money that I had was the money I saved and earned from my previous job. So I was pretty good. I was good for a few months. But I just felt like I wasn't doing much, you know. I was always at home. I was babysitting. I wasn't creating the content that I wanted for my YouTube channel, and I just felt lost, you know. And some of you guys may know that I did get featured in the San Diego magazine, I think the summer of last year. And during that time, that period of my life, I just wanted to work on me and to actually focus on my art, you know? I wanted to actually have my work in a magazine. I don't know, I forget how I thought, maybe I just thought about it just randomly one day, and I maybe just wanted it so bad to just, you know, start doing more client work, I guess, and to just get my work out there. And lo and behold, one day I got contacted again by San Diego magazine, and I was actually, you know, getting paid to do an illustration. I was like, this is an opportunity for me. So I went and did it. And just thinking about it now, I totally believe in this thing. What am I doing? I don't know. Let's just go with it, Char. But yeah, it's just, it's real. It's real, and I am a firm believer of this, and I am going to continue to apply this to my life. And I hope there are some of you who are, you know, on the same boat, because it would be awesome. What the heck am I doing? Anyway, yeah, so blah 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 blah. I swear, I'm like not that. I obviously need more work with painting. It's been a while. Yeah. Work on it, girl. I use a lot of blues though. I don't know what it is. I just love the color blue. But yeah, so going to that one book that I talked about earlier, about the vortex, there's this thing, they talk about families and how and where it all starts. Like I'm really interested in like psychology and just learning about the mind and like behaviors and all that. So this particular book really starts off from like the beginning. But yeah, read that book if you guys are interested, The Vortex. So it starts off by talking about your relationship with your parents and how their influence really shapes who you are as a person. And, you know, how a lot of us are like really misaligned because of the other people who've influenced us in our lives. And it's important for us to be aligned with our physical and non-physical, if that makes sense. So a lot of us are just so misaligned because of, you know, the things that we learn from other people and how we were raised. Our parents have their own upbringing, and, you know, so all the things that they learn from their parents, they instill it into us. So even just the way that they think and, you know, and the things that they talk about or how they feel about certain things in life. Okay, this is kind of hard to... Why do you always do this, Char? You know you can't concentrate on two things at once. But anyway, it's a challenge. But yeah, so I'm not going to go too much into the book, but it's definitely worth a read. And I'm going to continue reading that book until I have all the information embedded in my mind, because sometimes I forget to apply certain things, and you know, just the fact that I have the audiobook now, I can listen to it any time of the day. Like I can listen to it over and over again until I have it all memorized. Where's my pen? God, there's so much I want to mention about this topic. I can go on and on. Like I can literally sit down with someone and talk about this for hours. I guess I can just put this. Energy flows where attention goes. So this is my entry for my mood book. I actually like it because I covered the ugly parts. Ugh, I know there's so many things that I'm missing out in this video. Ugh, I wish I had this all like written down somewhere. But I hope this all made sense to you. If not, I'm sorry. Yeah, let me know if you guys like this video. This may be a series if a lot of you guys enjoy it. And in order for me to know, give this video a thumbs up. I haven't said that in a while. But yeah, give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy this, and I'll continue doing it. And if there's any certain things you want me to talk about, let me know. But there is one thing that I want to talk about in the next one, if anything. So yeah, hopefully this does become a series, because then I'll be able to fill this whole book and it'll just be a whole inspiration book. It's awesome, right? Oh, I love it. Before I go, the magazine that I use is Domino. I actually purchased this last year. I'm just trying to use up as many pages as I can. And there's just so many great images in here. Oh my gosh. Oh, pretty much I feel like every image in here is from this magazine. But anyway, that is about it. This video is getting very long. I hope you all are having a great day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!